to that if you want, you know, if you got time, but again, everything's in due season, you know. Let's get it. Sirach 43. Sirach 43. Let's do it. First, yep, Genesis 41. I mean 1 and 14.
This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. It says, and the powers said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
Right. So when the Lord, when Yahweh Shem Shah created the firmaments of the heavens and the host of the heavens and the stars, he said, let them be for signs. For, read it again. Signs.
It says, let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
See? So that's what determines the days and the years and the seasons. Now, when you go into the Hebrew, I did a video on that a while back. When you go into the Hebrew, the word season is mawa'id. Mawa'id means appointments or dates. So if I want to set up an appointment with you, I'm going to go by the moon or the sun, because that's the Heavenly Father's calendar, essentially. You got Sirach 43?
Yeah, come. This is Sirach 43, verse 5. It says, great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment it runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
Right, because you got the new moon, which is basically no light is shown forth in the moon. And then as the moon progresses, you see more and more light, and that cycle never changes. So read that again.
It says a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
Right.
The month is called after her name.
See, the month is called after her name. So that's how you declare the month. All right, you got something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 45.
Yep.
And it says, upon the 4th day thou commandest that the sun should shine, and the moon give her light, and the stars should be in order. Verse 46. It says, and gavest them a charge to do service unto men that was to be made.
See, that's the point of the sun, moon, and the star, because it's to our service. Because when we look at the sun, right, because what is the sun? The sun could tell you which way to go, you know, because what? It rises in the east, it sets in the west, right? But the sun never faces the north. So you know, so you could determine north or southwest, the east from that. And just a quick side note, that's why, you know, the company that makes clothes, North Face. The reason why they call it North Face because the sun never faces the north. That's why they make winter stuff and cold stuff. That's why it's called North Face. Yeah, yeah. Con. So, but let's go back. You know. So basically, there's another one I wanted to get. Oh, let's go to So you get that. You understand what it's saying. So basically, when the moon has no light, that's the new moon. You know the account in Samuel. When the feast, when David was invited to the feast, you know how to find it? Let's get it. Right? So we're gonna show you that the new moon is the first day. Matter of get what is it, Amos?
Amos 5.
Yo, bro, don't let that happen no more. Don't let that happen no more. Don't let that happen no more. Yeah, I know, but you know, you put your hand out, man. Put your hand out. You know, don't let that shit fly no more. Because people bugged out. You know, then she comes and hit brothers. You never know. Don't let that happen no more. Then we just deal with it. You know? Go ahead. Go ahead. Move side, man. Nah, brother. Come on.
Yeah, I found it.
Go ahead.
This is 1 Samuel chapter, I'm gonna start off here. This is 1 Samuel chapter 20, verse 24. It says so.
No. Read the top verse. It should be the top verse first, because he was invited. You said 20, right?
Yeah.
Let's go here. Where you at? Read what you got.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 20, verse 24. It says, so David hid himself in the field, and when it says, and when the new moon was come, the king sat down to eat meat.
Yeah, bro. Kill it.
It says, and the king sat upon his seat, as at other times even upon a seat by the wall. And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Saul's side, and David's place was empty.
Right, so he said on the new moon, they came to eat. It was a feast, all right?
It says, 26, it says, nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day, for he thought something had befallen him, that he, Shalaki, it says that something had befallen him, he is not clean, surely he is not clean. Verse 27, and it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month.
There you go, there you go. It said, see, I said the new moon, which was the, he didn't say what day it was, but it says on the morrow, meaning tomorrow, which was what? Go ahead, read it again.
Verse 27, it says, and it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month, that David's place was empty. And Saul said unto Jonathan his son, wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to eat to meat, neither yesterday nor today?
And that's the point. See, it started off, the first verse that he read, he said, what? Read it again, the first verse that you read.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 20, verse 24.
Despise feast days.
It says, so David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the king sat him down to eat meat.
See, you know, and that you caught it, right? You caught it. Read it one more time.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 20, verse 24. It says, so David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the king set him down to eat meat.
See, the new moon come, he sat him down to eat. Now jump to the next verse. That verse, is the
verse
point.
27, and it says, and it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month, that David's place was empty. And Saul said unto Jonathan his son, wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to meat, neither yesterday nor today?
Right. See, because the first day he invited him to eat, he didn't show up. That was the first day. He said on the morrow, which was the second day of the month, he didn't show up. So you got the new moon, which is the first day, the second day, which is the second day. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
Yeah, this is Amos 8.
So the new moon, so anybody, you know, you can do the research on what the new moon is. The new moon is basically, matter of fact, I'll show it to you. Holy moly. My phone, there we go. 1 second. So you got the moon, because he got all the moons have different names. See, look, oh shoot.
No, it's not.
See how it goes? Watch, see the new moon? No light. See? If you can get it. Can you get it? You got it? Cool. So and that be that. You know, so the new moon is when there's no light in the sun. So then that's when you count evening to sun up. Evening to sun up. No. Yeah, evening, which is when the sun goes down. That begins the first day. That's when the day starts. Because what? Go and get it. Go ahead, get it. That's how the earth was formed. The first day was at evening.
Yeah, this is Genesis chapter 1, verse 4. It said, and the powers saw the light, that it was good, and the powers divided the light from the darkness, and the powers called the light day, and the darkness he called night. It says, and in the evening and the morning were the first day.
See, the evening comes first, see? So that's pretty much it. You know, and not for nothing, that takes time, because that's a part of the Lord, keeping the Sabbath. You know, certain laws you have to work your way into. You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that brothers, because you know, you say for instance you broke the Sabbath and you're a new believer and things of that nature, then you know, brothers ain't gonna hold you like, oh brother, see what you're doing, because it's not about that. Remember we said righteousness was. Righteousness is of faith. Now you more seasoned into the truth. You knowing better. Scripture says what? To much is given, much is required. So then you want to start to be held more accountable at different things. But right now, what you want to get is the faith. You know, like the name of the Lord. That's why we brought out what? That you're from the tribe of Benjamin. We're going to talk about Benjamin. We're going to talk about those things to build you up in the faith first. You know, get you grounded into the word. Got something?
Yeah, this is Amos 8 and 5. Yeah, Amos 8 and 5, it says, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small, and the shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit.
Right now, because it said, when shall the new moon be gone so we can sell corn? Because like you said earlier, you're not allowed to buy on the Sabbath, on the Shabbat, if you will. You're not allowed to sell. That's why the scripture says, when shall we sell corn? When will the new moon be gone so we can sell corn? Because they knew in the scriptures, in the ancient world, you can't sell on the new moon because it's the Sabbath. You know? Because the new moon is actually Sabbath, and also too, when you because the new moon is the first day, then when you count 6 days, which is when you count 5 days, well, you actually count 6 days, which is the 7th going to the 8th. That's the Shabbat. You know. So that's that. You know. But hey, brother, somebody say something.
Yeah, come on. You know, well, that's our custom. We keep, you know?
Yeah. It's about the faith. It's about Yahweh Shai, man. You know, it's not about the Lord so much. You know. Yeah, all in all, go ahead.
We're gonna keep everything perfectly in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
You know, once the society is destroyed.
That's a good thing. Let's go into that. The new covenant. Whichever one. You know. I know you got a break, bro. We gonna be here. You know, we gonna be here.
Y'all be here every Saturday?
Yeah. By the Lord's will. This camp, Lord's will, we be, because there's another camp up the street. What you say, like 2:30, 3 o'clock, but until whenever, pretty much. You know?
I'm about to step.
No doubt, brother. Say shalom to you. Shalom, brother. Shalom.
All right, man.
This is Hebrews 8 and 10. It says, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts. And I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. You know, after those days, the days when America's destroyed, the Lord is going to fulfill this, you know. Starting with us going up there on those chariots, you know, that's when our mortal flesh is going to be turned into immortal flesh. Paul spoke about us being changed within the blink of an eye.
That's right.
And in 2nd Ezra it says, the day of doom shall be the end of this world, and the immortality for it to come. Part of that immortality is us having those fleshy hearts.
That's right.
Fleshy hearts. Yep.
Let's get that. Did you get that? Fleshly heart?
8.
Hebrews 8.
Yeah,
that's the
8.
same thing, though. It goes into it. Keep reading from where
Yeah,
you started.
come. I'm gonna read it again. It says, this is Hebrews 8:10. It says, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts. Then I will be to them a power, and they shall be my people.
Keep going.
And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest.
Right, because we no longer have to reproach or rebuke. The prophets ain't gonna have to come out and teach no more. You know, we're gonna be at rest. You know, because our main fight is with who? 2/3 of our people, man. All right, wicked Israelites. All right, so you can understand. All right, want to say something?
Yeah, first ourselves.
Oh yeah.
First ourselves, and then for us, to come out here and do this work. It's just, this is what we working for. That rest, as the brother said.
That's right, because like the brother said, why he mentioned that what? He said, in the twinkling of the eye we shall be changed. The changing is going to be from these bodies, these chains of darkness, which are making us go off. This corruption, essentially. All right, that's what we're going to be changed from, man. You know. Let's get your precept. Let's get it's in Jeremiah 31. If you.
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 31 and 31. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
See, I'll make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. Keep going, let's see what it is.
Verse 32, it says, not according to the covenant that I have made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts. and will be their power, and they shall be my people.
That's right. See? Go ahead.
It says, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them.
Right. Now, to put it in perspective, if you will, see the children of Israel, as you see on the sign over here, make sure you get the sign too, brother. As you see on the sign here, these people right here are people dear unto the Lord. All right? So these people, get Jeremiah 6:2. No problem.
Thank you, sir.
No problem, sister.
This is Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 2.
Yep.
It says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
Right. See, I would liken the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So to put it in perspective, it's basically the children of Israel. He made a promise with us. It was a marriage. Hold on, real quick. I got you. It was a marriage between Yahweh and the children of Israel, and the children of Israel played the harlot and committed adultery. So ultimately, what the Lord is doing, He's saying what? Okay, I forgive you. You committed adultery. Instead of me doing away with you and putting you to death, how the law says, I'm gonna take you back and be my wife again. And this time, I'm gonna fix you up so well, you ain't gonna cheat on me. So just imagine having that scenario. You have a woman, she done cheated on you, you take her back and you fixate her, you work on her mind and say, you gonna do me right. You know? And they just loyal to you.
That's right.
And that's essentially what it is, because that's how we show our loyalty to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Well, you wanna say something?
Just when you look at, I'm gonna speak about myself. I couldn't do it. I couldn't take like a woman lay down with another man. It's like, but you'll cut off. So how much more you reverence and just ultimately, just have that much love for the Lord for doing what He did for us.
Yeah, that's why the scripture says what? Let's get that. It's Baruch. You know what? Seek Him 10 times more. As 4. I know it's on the right side of the page. Bring what you got.
I got 2 precepts. This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1. It says, they say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man, shall she return unto her again? Shall not the land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return unto me, saith the Lord.
See, you have played. Who are the many lovers? The many lovers are the gods of the other nations. All right? Because when you forsake the law, statutes, commandments, everything outside of the word of the Heavenly Father has an origin, has a realm, has a spirit unto it. All right? So, I'm trying to think of a good example, basically, we have our high holy days. The Lord said what? He's supposed to eat the Passover, and you're supposed to do it throughout all the days of your life, forever and ever, from generation to generation, right? Now, when you say it, I know I want to acknowledge the Lord, and all that. He died and rose again and all that, but we're going to have this Easter egg hunt that has an origin. You're playing a harlot. All right?
Yeah, you're not giving the Most High your all, man. Like
That's
that
right.
woman that cheats on you, she's with another guy. Her mind is not given to you now. Her mind is given to another guy. She might be with you, she's thinking about him,
This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 14. It says, turn, O black, it says, turn, O backsliding children. It says, saith the Lord. I read that again. It says, turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you 1 of the city and 2 of the family, and I will bring you to Zion.
See,
That's
the Lord Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah said, turn back to me. I'm married unto you.
What's another word for turn back? Repent.
Yeah.
Shawab. Turn back. So the Lord is saying what? Repent.
Yep, because He's merciful.
That's right.
As a merciful man would do
That's
that.
right.
Say that.
A man of much mercy.
Much, yeah.
Like the brother was going into it. It's hard for a man to see his woman just even look at another man. A man. They be like, yo, why are you looking at him for? That's why the scripture said a woman's supposed to be shamefaced. The shamefaced comes with the humility. And that's how we supposed to be. We're supposed to conduct in a humiliating aspect, in a humiliating type of aura. We have nothing to boast in, because we've all played the harlot. We all lived the Greek life, if you will. You know?
This is Baruch. That's starting at 25. It says, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahweh. For thy enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. My delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of enemies."
Yeah, my delicate one has gone rough ways. You know? Go ahead.
27. "Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh.
Ooh, that's another thing. Keep going on that.
For you shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you."
Now, before we go to the next verse, it said, "Be of good comfort." Now, in order to get back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, what do you need? You need the Comforter. Now, I got a question. I'm gonna keep throwing it out there because y'all be feeling yourselves. You know, I'm talking about these Hebrew Israelites that only, you know, subscribe to the Old Testament. What's the Comforter? What is the Holy Spirit? How do you explain that? All right, keep going.
Verse 28. "For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more."
That's right. That's right, because a woman, you're not even gonna talk about that. You know, as a man who strives to be of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, who was put in therefore on as the elect, what do? You do as much as possible to try to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's why the scripture says what? Seek ye the Lord 10 times more. You know? You kind of like, you know, you put it in your mind, man. You know, just like, you know, how a woman would, "Oh, baby, I'm sorry. You know, you want her to do whatever to please you, to show that she's sorry. With anything. That, you know, we'll leave that alone, man. Because, you know, seeking whom he may devour. You know? But you got something. Yeah, somebody say something. Why y'all gonna speak?
Finish in verse 29. It says, "For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy again with your salvation."
That's right. See, he said gonna bring you to everlasting joy with salvation. Now that goes into the marriage, man. Let's get that. Matthew 22. You know, go ye to the highways and the hedges, bid ye to the marriage. You know, I think it's 22:9, but you're gonna start up higher though. You know, there's another one. He talked about being, you know, the chambers, entering chambers. You know, the marriage chambers, if you will. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, this is Matthew 22, verse 1. It says, "And Yahushua answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Again, he sent forth other servants, saying, Tell them which are bidden, Behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen,
Yeah, go keep going.
and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready.
Right, that's talking about, now you got to think of the analytical mind, you got to think with a metaphorical mind, and that proves that this is Israel. You know, just a quick side note, just to help brothers to understand. When like I got this from the brothers in Jersey. When Rick James made the song Mary Jane, what was he talking about? He was talking about smoking weed. He wasn't talking about an actual woman called Mary Jane. All right? So when you read the scriptures, you got to think in that aspect. You got to think in that frame, because these are Israelites. Rick James was an Israelite. You know? Go ahead, huh?
It says again, he sent forth other servants, saying, Tell them which are bidden, Behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready.
Right, all things are ready. Now this is talking about the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the scriptures. All right, that's the oxen, the fatlings, the goodly things, man. Because the scriptures is compared to wine, meat, corn,
Right.
water, bread, sword. You know, the necessities in life. Go ahead.
It said, Come unto the marriage, but they made light of it, and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise.
Meaning basically, I don't need your dining. I got my own setup. That's the people that want to continue in the ways of America into the ways of their own heart's lust. Go ahead.
It says, verse 6, and the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them. But when the king...
and that's what's going on now. What the brother was talking about with, these threats and all that, people coming up trying to say, oh, y'all, what y'all believe in is bugged out. Nobody coming to save you. Look, you calling on your power. He ain't help you. What y'all out there for is cold, it's raining. Oh, niggas talking about, oh, it's too hot. We got shade. That's the movie 300. It said our arrows will block the sun, but we will fight in the shade. Because men of the Lord always find a way, man. When there's a will, there's a way. All right, go ahead, Al.
Yeah, verse 7, it says, but when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers and burnt up their cities. Then saith he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidding were not worthy. Go ye
because the Lord is calling out to Israel. The Lord is reaching his hand out to Israel. All the tribes, all the people. But what is Israel doing? I don't want that. Ain't nothing new. Going back to Moses in the desert. Moses, you brought us out here to die? Who made you the king? Remember?
Yeah.
They said, who died and put you in charge? That's what Jake be saying too.
He conspired against Moses.
Yeah. On numerous occasions. Go ahead.
It says, then saith he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which are bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
Yeah, bid to the marriage, man. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're doing. We're basically set. The fatlings are here. The wine is here. The water is here. The corn is here. And we're telling you here, this is all set up for you. We're about to get the kingdom of heaven. But what are you saying? Man, I got my own shit. I got some steak at home or whatever. Jake going back to Section 8. They're going back to welfare, which is about to be gone. All right?
Going into them other philosophies too.
Yeah.
Egyptology.
Yep.
The black consciousness, man.
I'm a Muslim.
Yep.
That's not what my pastor said.
Yep.
And it's getting that Egyptology thing is getting way out of whack, man. We going back to the times of ceramics and taboos, man.
Straight idol worship.
Yeah, Ur the Chaldees, man. This is that all over again. Because you see that now, Jake just rocking unks because it looked good, so to speak. They don't got nothing. Jake ain't into Egyptology. They ain't read the Book of the Dead. They don't know the meta. They don't know the 42 laws of Ma'at or anything like that. But yet they walk around with unks on, talking about I'm Egyptian.
Niggas is pushing that merchandise, man.
Yeah, it's merchandise.
Like you said, they shut down the bootleg scene down up in New York.
Yeah, 28.
So that's a new niche,
Yeah.
A new niche. Unks, idols and shit.
Yeah,
for the
idols.
house.
Yeah. Which ain't nothing new. Go ahead.
Books, crazy philosophies, the books.
Yeah.
That's a new way to make money for niggas, man.
Right. That's right, man.
So Jake's in that Egyptology. You made merchandise off it. They making money off it.
Yeah, polite, man.
That's a Ponzi scheme. Well, I can't say that's a Ponzi scheme. That's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. Cut.
Where the dudes up at the top got dudes selling stuff at the bottom, making money.
Yeah,
pushing
exactly.
the philosophies, man.
Exactly.
Bringing you in, tell you about this God, Hotep, so on and so forth.
Give them
They bring you in, give them an ump, the smaller ump. You gotta graduate to get the bigger ump.
Right.
You gotta get on some type of level, man.
Yeah, you just a nephew. You ain't ready to be an ump.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got something. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. It says, for I think that the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, had sent forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels and to men.
That's right. Go ahead, go get it.
We were set up to push the word, man. Nothing else is coming after this, man.
Yeah.
The prophecies. Look, America's going to be destroyed.
Your second,
you know,
that's just the fifth
the
chapter.
Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come back. He's going to reveal himself in the heavens, man. This is the last philosophy. This is the last doctrine. As a matter of fact, 2,000 years ago, Yahweh Shai set forth this doctrine.
That's right.
And the apostles, the prophets, they built upon this doctrine, man.
How do you do that? With his blood. Remember, he said this blood is for testimony. The testimony is the prophecies, man. You know, because that's why they was going. That's why back then, when you read the scriptures, they said, "How shall I be saved? Believe in Yahweh Shai. Believe that He was crucified. Believe that He was crucified." That's all they were saying back then. Now the cat is out the bag, so to speak. Everybody knows of the story, so it comes along. More comes with it now. It's not just believing that he died, because you ask the everyday person that walks by, "Oh, do you believe that this man actually died and rose?" Yeah, I believe that. But do you believe the words that come with it now? You know? That's why the scripture says what? "Him that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, then out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water." But you gotta believe in the entirety of the book. Hold on real quick, you got something else? Hold up, I call for something else. Read what you got, go ahead.
This is John chapter 7. I start at verse 37. It says, "In the last day, that great day of the feast of Yahweh Shai, stood and cried, saying, If any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink." Verse 38, "He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water."
Right, and that you gotta deal with the ones that are thirsty, man. You know? And not for nothing, man, you know, you gotta stay thirsty. I'll just say that, man. You gotta stay thirsty in the spirit. When you first come into the knowledge, you get the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, which is the water, and you feel refreshed. You know, but you know, you get into a point where it's like you gotta remind yourself, man, I gotta stay thirsty. I need more to drink. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, looking at the physical, you always need.
That's right.
You always need to replenish yourself.
That's right.
That's what you gotta always check yourself in the spirit, using the God, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
The scripture says what? Let's get it. Get that from me. Proverbs, Isaiah. What is it? 29. Then that'll wean from the milk, or is it 30? 28? Okay, get that. Yeah, let this brother get 28 and 8, right? Yeah, start 28 and 8. Yup. Is it? You got more?
No, that was it.
Okay, but yeah. Go ahead, say something.
Yeah, kind. Yeah, you know how Jake in the world, you know, they be on their hustles, they be like they hungry, you know?
Yeah.
That's the same thing with this truth, you know? We striving and we constantly seeking this word. We hungry for this word, man.
That's right. You gotta stay hungry.
Yeah.
You know, stay thirsty. You know? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 28:9. "Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he
What's
make?"
8 say? What 8 say?
For all the tables are full.
Oh yeah, start off with that. That's good. That's cool.
Isaiah 28 verse 8. For all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean.
Right. The tables is talking about the other philosophies, the other doctrine, man, which ain't nothing but vomit in it, on it. You know, go ahead.
"Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make understand doctrine?"
Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make understand doctrine? The doctrine is the teaching, man. All right, go ahead.
"Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast."
So that's the thirst. You gotta stay on that. That's why the scripture says what? There'll be a time where one that was taught needs to be taught again, if you will. You know, and basically, and what did it say? What is that? 1 Peter the 4th chapter, is it? Where it talks about that he's gonna teach babes. You know, because
Second chapter.
Okay.
That's babes desire to sincere milk.
Yeah. Yep. Was it 1 Peter or 2 Peter?
2 Peter.
Let's get it.
4.
2.
That's right, man. You gotta stay on the milk, man. You gotta stay on the titty, if you will, man. Because anything else is pride, man. You gotta remember that you were once taught this knowledge, man. You didn't roll out of bed and then come up with this knowledge on your own. All right, that's how you got guys out there to, it's getting beyond. Like I said to one brother, I said, man, these niggas, they not, the one nigga was just smoking weed. Remember he had the weed, the blunt in his hand from ITR?
Way back?
Not way back, like 6 months ago, 7 months maybe. Remember he had the blunt And he said, well, how you know this wasn't from our coworker?
Oh.
These niggas are terrible. You know, the fat nigga, man.
Oh, the cuz.
Yeah, from ITR.
From Chicago.
Right.
When he had the video of him.
Yeah, with the blunt in his hand.
Oh,
yeah.
So,
I think they graduated now. They might be popping E's, Percocets, Molly Percocets. Molly Percocets. They gotta be on them shit. For you to say that you can't do away with Esau, that's beyond weed. You know? That's beyond that's something. Niggas on acid or something. You on something, dogs. You on something, man. Because the doctrines that they coming up with is just
Cocaine is hella
cocaine, man. It's something, man. It's something, man. Because that stuff is just, whoa, boy, man.
Well, it goes back to Hebrews. It's a fearful thing to fall into
the hands of living power. That's right.
You know, because they was once proclaiming Israel. He was proclaiming Israel, saying double honors to the elders.
Yeah, they was a part of the Chicago camp.
Yeah.
Now, matter of fact, you done with that? What's 30 and 10? They're drunk, but not with wine. That's 30 and 9, right? Because I get those 3 chapters mixed up. It's 28 and 9, 29 and 9, and then you got 30 and 10 as good as 2. What's 29 and 9 say?
Yeah. That's it?
Yeah. Yep, that's it. Yep. 29 and 9.
Right. This is Isaiah 29 and 9. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine.
Yeah, you should have just stayed with the milk, man. You know, you thought you was grown. You could chew a big piece of steak. I'm a grown man. Now, let me get some of that wine, man. You drink some of that wine, and you all over, you vomiting, you throwing up, you just looking filthy, man. Go ahead, keep going.
I'm gonna jump back to 28 and 8. It says, for all tables are full of vomit.
Yep. Let's go back to 29.
They say, stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine.
Right.
They stagger, but not with strong drink.
Yeah, they stagger, but not with strong drink, man. You know, they all over the place, man. Go ahead.
Verse 10, for Yahweh have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered.
Yeah, he covered the seers, man.
He covered their eyes.
Yeah, he covered Salakia. He covered their eyes, man. He covered these these guys that are spewing wayward doctrines. He covered your eyes, man. You know, you lost sight of the